So if you're trying to figure out whether or not to have a partner in a business, this video is to help you do that. So the first thing you do when you come up with an idea, or you know your offer, or you know what niche you're going into, or whatever what you're trying to offer, like your first instinct is going to be tell everybody you know. You know you're excited, you want people to know, you're telling your friends, and like-minded people will be like, "Yeah, man, I've been thinking about that for a while. Let's do it together." And that's always a hard conversation with a friend, right? Because you want to be like, yeah, let's do it together. And you can, but you only should do that if it's critically thought through. I've had this before with my close friend, and I told him about all this stuff I'm doing for gyms, and he was so interested and whatnot. But after reviewing these three things that I'm about to show you, there was no way I could like do it. There's no way. So hopefully this resonates with whoever's watching it, and you can actually make a decision and probably not have a business partner, even as tempting as it sounds. Um, yeah, you just gotta analyze these three things. So the first thing you need to look at is time, money, and skill. So time, obviously, a business takes time to create. You need time. A lot of people buy time, right? That's what you do when you outsource. You buy time back so you can spend it on other things. That's why you hire. But when you get a business partner, you're not really hiring them. You're splitting your time and efforts, hopefully pretty equally and whatnot. But the point is that if unless you have zero time and you just can't get time anywhere else, you can't find any more ways to optimize and have more time, you should not be worried about time in a way like, I need a business partner because I don't have enough time to do everything in a day. Okay, it's reasonable, but it's also like you're losing 50% of the profits or more just because of your time. And if you can't manage your time or find other ways to make time, then you could save 50% of your profits. So like that's the first thing you need to consider is time. The second thing is money. If you don't have enough money to start up and spend on whatever you need to actually get going, whether that's a high level membership, whether that's paying for a lead sourcer, whether that's buying some course to help you kick started, or whether that's buying a consulting, that's another thing you need to think about. You know, especially if it's a physical startup and like a little company, like where you need a software engineer, you need all these different things, you need patents, you need all money you need to build up money, right? And that's another reason why you get a partner in a business is to get startup capital. And if you don't have it yourself, that's a fair reason to have a partner. But honestly, that's something that it's hard to say because you don't want to split it, right? If you get a partner, you have to split it, right? So you have to just really deeply consider that when you're ending up making, like, let's say you make $250 selling a service to one person for a monthly retainer, whatever. You, after fees, after tax, maybe it's not nearly as much, and then you end up paying half of that away. It's like you basically have nothing left. So the last thing is skill. If they can't bring anything directly to the table when it comes to skill that'll actually help the business and improve it, then there's no reason why you should hire unless it's for these other, or partner unless it's for these other two reasons. For my case, everything I'm doing is online. My friend is great with physical stuff, not as great with online stuff. So right there, the skills I need, he doesn't bring to the table. It's just as plain as that. Money. I started my own window cleaning business. I built up some capital and I didn't need money. So money wasn't it. So that was not it. I didn't need money to start up. I mean, I needed a little bit for these memberships of different things, you know, Loom, workspace accounts, Skype, high level, Nord, just a bunch of random stuff. But money wasn't my problem. Neither was time. I have countless hours after school every single day, right? I don't play a sport right now. I don't do anything that would take away my time. So obviously time wouldn't be there either. And of all those things, you don't need any of them from the other person, then you should not be partnering up with them. Like, it doesn't matter how close you are with them, what their vision is. Because at the end of the day, you need to know that it's not the idea that's your competitive advantage. It's like actually doing it, right? It's the action. There was some really successful entrepreneur that said that. Yeah, the point is, your competitive advantage is not the idea you have, it's the actual action of doing it. Like, so many people have an idea. They're like, oh, I'm after college, I want to start up this app that'll do some random stuff. It's like, okay, you better get going, otherwise it's going to get like someone's already going to do it, you know? I don't know. The point is, if the partner that you're trying to work with cannot supply you in any of these three ways, then there's no reason for you to work with them or partner up. There's no such thing as someone having their rights to an idea. Like, I started that window cleaning business, and I told my friends all the time, because they were complaining and they were like, they want to spend money on something, and I was like, why don't you just start a window cleaning business and get some cash built up? All of them were like, no, it's not that easy, dude. It literally is that easy. I mean, it's not about, I literally just said, I told them to their face, I'm like, I have the idea, I know how you can do it, I could teach you how to do it, and they still don't do it. And it's interesting, you know, because they understand the situation they're in, and even with the idea and the correct steps in place, they still won't do it. And that right there says a lot about people, right? And I guarantee you, if I actually help and I like connected and added that partnership, whatever, to the business, I don't really think I would be anywhere different than I am right now. So, I mean, you can just ask yourself, right? You can be like, if I were to do this partnership, how much ahead would I be in the next 6-12 months? And if it's the same, then don't waste all your money on that. Okay? So, I mean, if you have all these three things, if you have time, money, and skill, and you're splitting the pie on a partnership to get just cause, I mean, it's just not worth it, and you need to understand that. Like, especially once you start resenting each other, because that will happen. You will resent each other after a while. And if they can't add anything to the table and you're doing everything already, then it's a hard talk, but you just can't do it with them. It's as simple as that. You need to separate yourself. And sure, you might lose a friendship out of it, and that might make you think that it's not actually worth it. But, everyone's got different goals. Everyone wants different things. I don't know. Everyone's different. But point is, if you have these three things, and you don't get any of this from your partner, then don't get a partner. Okay? You're better off. No matter how much hype there is behind it, that conversation you're having late at night, it's like, yeah, dude, we're going to start this business. It's going to go crazy. We're going to make so much money and do all this stuff. It's like, shut up. You need to understand that having a partner is not going to help. Like, it's also good to be stingy about this when it comes to hiring as well. The only employees I have, aside from window cleaning, are jobs that I just can't do because I just don't have 12 hours in my day to do them. Maybe if I wasn't in school, I probably would, but that's just the price you pay for time. You know what I mean? There's only so much time in the day to do certain things, and yeah. But that's all I have. Point is, don't get a partner, don't be stupid unless you really need to. Okay? If you can find a way to finance that money without getting a partner, do it. Okay? It's not a matter of friendship anymore, it's purely work related. So I hope you could see through that. that initial hype, because I definitely did. But I've had conversations nowadays that are like, man, whatever happened to that idea we were talking about? And I'm like, balls to the walls, deep into it, like signing clients, doing sales calls every day, and they're just like, and you're like, yeah, it's going. Like, I don't know what to say. All you can do is just throw them an idea and see if they take action, which they probably won't. So, yep, that's everything I have for this video. Hopefully, for the people that are deciding whether or not to have a partner in their business, hopefully this gave them some clarity. It took me a little bit to figure this out, but if I saw this when I was having those conversations with my friends, I think I would have been totally different. I mean, it totally changed my paradigm on how friendship and business work intertwined. So, yeah, that's all I got.